Today we are getting our hands a little dirty as we go rugged and rustic with ropes, usually associated with nautical themed rooms or beach house decor. Using rope, much more mainstream these days, from rope furniture and cool accessories to rope jewelry, shoes, even rope dresses. Rope is everywhere, and we even spotted rope walls, ceilings, and blinds. And get this, rope wedding bouquets.
And check out these rope balls.
Whoa,
Is this cool
whoa,
or
whoa,
what?
Here he goes, here he goes.
You thought the circus was only in town once a year.
Wow.
That's right.
Christine McKay is here.
I'm sorry, these are probably took you hours to make, and here I am just throwing them around.
No, coming undone already. No, I'm just
okay. But these are real-life ways to take rope to a new level in your home decor, and some of these are great ideas you would never think of.
You know, it's interesting because in the intro they talk about, you know, kind of cowboyish or coastal, and well, I think both of those styles are great. It's not really my thing, and so I was really trying to find more of like the Ballard spin, you know, Ballard design spin, something that I really love, and so hopefully I came up with a few cool ideas here.
They're really cool. They're upscale. They're classy.
Yeah, and I think they really can fit anywhere.
Okay, where do you want to start?
You know what? We can just start on that wreath right there on the end. Basically, I just started out with a dollar store wreath. Just need a really inexpensive base, and then you'll just want to select a really nice coarse rope. And just to talk about rope for a minute,
Where do you buy rope?
I learned all about rope this past week. IFA has a great selection. So does Cal Ranch. Home Depot, not so much. Walmart, not really. But check out the farm supply stores. You know what? I think we need to do a whole segment on crafting from the farm supply store. I saw so many things I'd never seen before in my life.
Assuming you've never been there before.
I've never been to the farm supply store, actually. But they actually had some really cool rope, and you can just cut it by the yard. So they have, you know, not only different colors, but they have different widths. And then, of course, there's always like the crafting type of rope and jute, which you can get just like this at a regular craft store.
Is this expensive?
You know what? The thick rope down in this jar over here, for instance, is like 35–40 cents a yard. This you can get 100 feet for like $14.
Yeah, the thicker the rope, the tighter the wreath, the more expensive.
So it's going to be more expensive, but really, you know, you can use anything. So basically what I did with that wreath is I just took some hot glue, and as you're wrapping, just hot glue as you go all the way around. And it's just so simple, so easy.
I like how it frays. I mean, the texture kind of pops off.
And you know what? I think that's what it is the draw to the rope is texture. You know, burlap was all of the rage. And I think we're just kind of now trying to bring that texture into our decor with other things as well.
Is it me? Is there just something about the smell of rope?
Oh, boy.
No, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that just, I mean...
You know, I have to say that
like,
my daughter... No, but I've smelled rope all week. No, my daughter was like, that does not smell so great. But, you know, really the technique is pretty much the same on all these projects as far as like the hot glue and the wrapping. And you'll notice the little rosettes on the wreath. I actually, you'll just take like a piece of felt that's just in a circle like this, and you'll just take your hot glue, and as you go around, just kind of wrap the rope. So that's all you're doing on all of these projects. But I decided to not only use them as flowers or rosettes on the wreath, but you can also make coasters, as you can see down
right here on the bottom.
Yeah. So you can just, you know, has the felt on the bottom, and so you can just, you know, use them for really great coasters. You could go crazy. You could make placemats. You could do rugs. You know, all sorts of different things.
Very fun.
This right here is just, it's a milk jug that it's like a tin one. You can find them at vintage stores, but I actually got that one at just like a garden supply store. And the label on the front is downloadable. I just printed it out on some printable fabric, and you can just put it on the front. But you can actually also use like a glass jar. For instance, this right here is just like a mason jar that I wrapped some rope around. So if you can't find the milk jug, you could just, you know, do a mason jar or a milk glass jar and put the label on the front. Now let's just talk about knots for a second, because there are some cool knots out there.
And your Boy Scout bag?
Yeah, let me just tell you.
It's time.
Right here, this was about the only knot that I could actually...
It's a square knot, is it not?
I'm not sure what it's called, but
it's a square knot, is it not?
I think it's a... Oh, yeah.
It looks like, but it's very easy, and just that simple touch just adds a little bit of decor.
And there's so many cool ones. There's a really cool one called the Monkey Fist, and I would just like to challenge any of your viewers that can accomplish that to send me a video, because 3 hours later, I still
challenge Scott
can't
here.
do
You've seen what happens when he's challenged.
I will just bow out on the Monkey Fist right now.
Monkey Fist.
Yeah.
And what it is it's really cool. It's just a jumble of knots that works, and I think we showed it in the promo that you can use for a bookend or a doorstop. So cool. And it's about $50 at Ballard Designs, and I bought the supplies to make up for $4. Unfortunately, did not pass that, you know, Boy Scout badge off. But this one right here is probably my favorite one as far as something that I would actually display in my home that I really love. And it's just an open picture picture frame without the glass. And you can see on the back, I'll just flip this around, that all I did is I just took some jute and I just stapled across the back, and then when you flip it around, it's just some little tiny clothespins that I got at the office supply store, and you can put notes or pictures or things on there, kind of just a different spin on the pinup board.
Are these family pictures, or did you pull these off the internet?
They're somebody's family pictures. Aren't they lovely?
This is Brooke's car that she drove into work this morning.
Yeah, okay.
No, those are very cool and very simple, as you mentioned. This wouldn't take long.
And something that, you know, you can put in your office, in your home, you know, wherever. And just the last one that I have right here in the end, I actually just found a picture on the internet that I thought was so simple, and I loved it. They just had some beautiful glass jars that they had filled with ropes and then put a little glass jar of shells. So if you're going for the nautical look, you can't get any simpler than that for a decor project.
Easy to do. I love the look. Scott loves the smell. And all of these project instructions are available on your website,
absolutely.
Right? Okay, kmckaydesigns.com. Is that where the free download is?
Yes,
for the
absolutely. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, Christine.
You're welcome.
Pretty cool. Who knew?
A lot of fun. Absolutely.
Rope
Great
is
ideas
hip.
right here. Keep the kids busy these summer months,
Absolutely.
right?
You can tie them up if you get that sick
Well,
of
we
them.
won't go there.
Okay, all right.